What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy Mr. OBF back one time for your mind. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. It's my anniversary. So, y'all know how I do, people. I'm in a good mood. Play my theme music.
So shawty gon' bounce on the D and she grindin' like BMS. He said he got her some money, but nobody see me yet. I had to run through a bag, I blow it like BMS. I ain't run straight through the game, bitch, I ain't need a rest. And they kick down that door, but that door I was by myself. But he goes by that so we gon' blow to this 9 day. I was stopping and broken, they stopping nobody else. It's just me and the gang, get no bump and nobody else. They talk shit and I talk back. They talk shit and I talk back. Call me nice when I talk back. They my heart on ice and it's all black. You know I do what I do though. Rolling exotic, I'm high off the Pluto. Tryna get rich, I ain't looking for kudos. I try get rich, I ain't nothing to you on. I try get lit in this bitch, I'm 2 on. I went to party and woke up with 2 hoes. Jump out your body, man, leave with a few hoes. Ice on my body, my rollie be 2 tones. Told on the road, I roll with the shooters. Why you acting clueless like you never knew that? I ain't got me a cool, she came with a booty. My side on that bitch and I do what I do though. What you say, cause I've been looking for a little nigga next to keep my fucking boot on. If you hit the block, hope you never stop. If you ain't try to talk about money, then move on. I live in trapping, huh? Little nigga surfing me. I like the Persian lean. Yeah, she pulled the surf for me. She got the shake in her ass. She still in the show. This burglar me. I just been killing this shit with a drip. Yeah, I'm on a murder team. And they kick down that door, but that door I was by myself. But he goes by that so we gon' blow to this 9 day. I was stopping and broken, ain't stopping nobody else. It's just me and the gang, get no bump and nobody else. They talk shit and I talk back. They talk shit and I talk back. They talk shit and I talk back. Tell me nice and I talk back. They my heart on ice and it's all black.
Alright, people. Y'all know what time it is, man. Let's get this thing started. Alright, people, welcome to the OBF, the network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF The Real Cash App and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. And need more information, people, to subscribe and donate to the channels down there scrolling below, people. Make sure you guys share the videos, man. Put them out there, man. Donate to the channel, people. It's my anniversary today. Shout out to my wife. Happy anniversary, babe. Love you always. You know that. You know that. Okay. We're gonna do some things today. Get on the grill, do some little stuff. We're gonna drink a little something. We simple in that way. You know what I mean? We're gonna grill some steaks. I think she gonna make some crab cakes or something like that. So, you know, we're gonna do a little something, drink some wine, pop some champagne. We're gonna do some things. And you know what happens after all that. Yeah. We grown out here, people. But anyway, shout out to everybody rocking with me today, man. Listen, this will probably be the last show. I said the other day was the last show. This is gonna be the last show till probably March. Tomorrow I will start breaking everything fucking down, fixing up the studio. A lot of shit to do because I'm bringing in the old bar that I used to have. So going back, you know what I mean? I'm taking shit back. Got some new shit coming in. So, you know, the studio gonna look somewhat real different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We're gonna kind of go back to how we used to kind of do it when I sit at the bar. Some new furniture, stuff like that. I think I got a new chair coming. Got a couple other little things coming and stuff like that. We're gonna lighten it up, brighten it up, get the cameras right, make sure we got all our wiring and technical stuff. We're gonna be doing phone calls. People, look, we going back to how we used to do it, man. We gotta go back. We gotta take the shit back to where the shit first kind of started. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we upgraded. You know what I mean? So make sure you guys tune in March, first week of March. I can't say exactly what day that is because I can't figure out what the fuck that date is. That first week of March, so I can't really tell you. But I know we're gonna have some shit popping. And plus, yeah, and make sure y'all watch out for my man True. He coming down. He gonna be shooting the OBF intro video. So that'll be the intro. You know what I mean? We gonna have some shit popping, man. We're gonna edit that shit real good. We're gonna get that shit popping. He been saying he wanted to do it for a minute. He been busy, had some shit going on. You know what I mean? Did a lot of, you know, some moving, shit like that. So, you know, he ain't been down in a minute. I think True ain't been down in almost probably close to a year or some shit like that. So he be down. You know what I mean? We'll shoot some shots where we can't shoot them at. But yeah, we got some things popping. All right, people, let's get into it, man. Listen. Stephen A. Smith, you know, I told y'all this dude, he really has a problem now that he like in the space that he does what he does. He's in our space now, right? Podcasting, doing, you know, having shows on YouTube and stuff like that, and social media. He's in our atmosphere now. So he's looking around and seeing that it's competition. And I listen, and I believe that he could have in a way brung Shannon over there to ESPN to help their ratings. I believe that's part of it. I believe he did it. He could have did it because he simply got love for Shannon, and you know, he want to see Shannon win, and he didn't like how Skip treated him. But it was mainly because of ratings. He wanted to bring Shannon over, you know, to help him boost his ratings. But in the realm of what he's in now, or what we do, and what Shannon been doing for like a good year, some shit, Shannon is blown up on the internet. Shannon's probably the hottest podcaster, YouTuber out there. I think Shannon Sharp, Club Shay is the hottest shit on the internet, believe it or not. There's other guys that do their thing and they doing very well, but Shannon came and took over. I think he is the best guy out here on the internet and listen and podcasting right now in a way. You know what I'm saying? He, you know, you see the epic videos that he has done. So shout out to Shannon, but Stephen A. can't handle that. And you know, he used to you know, running the show on ESPN, and he does that. He still runs that shit. I still believe that Stephen A. Smith, my opinion, and from some sources I know that Stephen A. may not have that long left at ESPN. That's why I think he got in this realm of this field that he's doing. And he got ambitions to do other shit too, so I give him that. But he want that consistent paycheck from ESPN, the millions of dollars. But I believe he knows he's on his way out the door, so he's trying to find a new lane to kind of still stay relevant. I think honestly, he's doing the right thing, but he's not going to be as relevant as everybody think he is. But I think when he can spend more time of what he doing as far as, you know, the field that he's trying to get in the podcasting and on YouTube and shows like that, you know, and kind of similar kind of doing what Shannon Sharp does in a way, interviewing, you know what I mean, and really put it into what he doing. He can stay relevant. But he's not going to be as relevant as he was when he like he on ESPN. So a lot of times people got to understand that mainstream media is mainstream media for a fucking reason. Your favorite people that you fuck with does a little mainstream. But you know, the internet is still catching up. It's popping, but it ain't on that level of mainstream just yet. It's gonna get there. But so y'all remember the whole Monique situation when she went on Club Shay and Cat Williams, and you know, they was epic shits. His response to this shit comes off to me as hating a little bit. And not even gonna say a little bit, but y'all hear it. And let's get into it, people, because I want y'all to hear it. And you know, I'm gonna break that shit. I'm gonna break this shit down. Y'all know how I do.
I'm gonna transition from this to a subject that's going on right now that's percolating. And I'm gonna revisit it a little bit later on in the show, but I'm gonna start the conversation now. And it's gonna be an extreme left turn from the world of sports to the world of pop culture and entertainment. And that would be my man Shannon Sharp and his interview with comedian and Oscar award-winning star Monique. Because he did a sit-down with her for his club Shay podcast recently. And to say that it was a bit similar to Cat Williams, it was in this regard. It was 3 hours long. Cat Williams' interview with Club Shay was nearly 3 hours long. Not only was it 3 hours long, it involved a lot of ridicule, a lot of calling out. And to be quite honest with you, it highlighted a lot of issues that are going on in the comedic world yet again. And some would say it's taken an extreme turn where it's so tinged with negativity, it's made folks, particularly in the black community, uncomfortable.
My bad.
Now to give you,
I want to say this. If you are not the people that's involved, I don't see how you can be uncomfortable as a black person. I'm not uncomfortable with people I believe that are very, very intelligent, very, very talented in their field, and know the business and understands the ins and outs of what the fuck is really going on. Right? And they speak in truth to power. I don't give a fuck what type of entity that you are a part of or in. or occupation, it's always fuck people that do undercutting shit to shine over other people instead of doing what they supposed to do. Right? Letting their talent, letting their character and who they are and how hard of a worker they are, instead of allowing that to shine, they will do undercutting, crabbing the burrow shit. And let me just say this. I expect this from other races of people. Right? Honestly, I do. And it's not on no bigotry or I hate other races and I don't like other races and stuff like that. I expect undercutting us. Right? I told you. It hurts more. It's disappointing even more. And a little shocking when it's our own people doing it to our own. So this whole notion of like Judge Joe Mathis came out and was talking about he ain't like with DL and such doing. Listen, bruh. Some of y'all sit around and pretend a lot of this shit doesn't exist. That's the problem with some of the things that's going on in the black community. Listen, we have to check ourselves. And like I said, do not get this shit twisted. Do not act like Cat Williams and Monique did not try to have private conversations with these people. Try to handle this shit behind the scenes. These people got on their high horses and decided that I'm up here, you're beneath me now, so it's not really you're on my level. To me, I have to explain myself to you or give you any type of comforts or understanding of what's going on or why, right? Our people, some of our people does that to each other. So I don't want to hear that bullshit from Judge Joe Mathis and people like Stephen A. Smith talking about it's making black people uncomfortable. They don't like it. Nobody gives a fuck. See, you type of motherfuckers like to sit back and allow our own people to discredit us and disrespect us and play in that crab in the burrow and play around with white supremacy when we supposed to be unified. We don't always gotta agree on everything, but we damn sure gotta treat each other the correct way and uplift each other and respect each other even from afar if we don't get along or we don't really like each other that much. But we should never hate on each other and never should be out here hoping that this motherfucker don't shine. If you ain't on your craft, standing on your shit, doing what you're supposed to do, you can't get mad at nobody but yourself. So why would you go out and start hating on other motherfuckers? Why would you, if you won't do something, right? Why would you ask your brother or your sister to go out and do something like that you wouldn't do? Put them in a predicament. So I ain't trying to hear that shit. I don't give a fuck how many black people are uncomfortable, even if that's the case, which I hardly believe. It ain't a whole big side of it. It's a percentage, a little small percentage that's uncomfortable. Who the fuck cares? I get this weird shit that on one hand we can't call ourselves out. But then when we call the white people out and other races of people, then we're race baiting. I just did a show with him 2 days ago of him talking about we overdo it with racism. Right? Of keep calling people racist. Right? We can't do that. And then you don't want us to criticize each other. Listen, first of all, as black people and as from the black community, we have the right to criticize each other. Now, can we go at it a little different than how we criticize each other? Yes, especially in public. But when you have some of our people that continue behind the scenes doing sneaky shit, and then you call them out behind the scenes and they still ignore you and be on that fuck shit, then out of that, the gloves are off. And like I said, for me, I'm petty sometimes, right? So at a certain point, I don't give a fuck how people express their frustration. As long as it ain't violent. As long as you ain't fucking with the kids. But everything else comes with the game. So ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, Stephen A. Smith. Maybe you're uncomfortable, and the reason you're uncomfortable because you're a house nigga and you play both sides to everything anyway. Oh, except when it comes to your people, because you're quick to criticize us and have some type of like real fucked up energy when you talking about us and disrespecting us. But with them white folks, your demeanor and energy is different, nigga.
Now, to give you an example of the kind of thing that I'm alluding to, I want you to listen right now to Monique sitting down with Shannon Sharp. And in this instance, talking about superstar comedic individual, Mr. Kevin Hart. Listen to this.
I said, good shit, Kevin, because we're in a deal with Endemol. And we're trying to get our talk show back. Mo, whatever it is, I got you. Now, Kevin Hart is one of the biggest entertainers right now in the world, right? And was then. We got off the phone with Kevin Hart. We called Endemol immediately and said, Kevin Hart said, whatever we want to do, he got us. He's going to partner executive use. They was like, oh, this is incredible, because when you put Kevin Hart's name on it, you already know what it is.
Correct.
2 weeks go by. We get a call from Endemol. Endemol says, we just got a call from Kevin Hart's manager, Dave Becky. And Dave Becky said, Kevin doesn't want anything to do with Monique. So whatever she told y'all, he doesn't want to do anything with her, nothing. You know, he doesn't want any kind of relationship with Monique.
So what transpired, or what do you think transpired between...
Now, let me explain this. I believe that happened. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because we all have been around certain individuals, regardless of what their race is, that has, if you don't, you may fuck with somebody, right? But it might be somebody say you shouldn't fuck with that person. Especially if you with somebody and you fuck with this person, right, that's telling you this, and you do, and you good with them like that, and you don't think that they're gonna lie to you, right? So you say, really? Yeah, man, that, you know, this motherfucker such and such, blah, 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 right? The next thing you know, instead of you being, some people being a man or a woman about it, to call a person and tell them, like, look, I can't do that. It's going to look bad for my business. You know, my people telling me, blah, 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 right? I'm sorry, I apologize, that I promised you whatever. That's all Kevin Hart had to do on some real shit. But you have people like Kevin Hart that will do some shit of not picking up your phone call. You know why? Because he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to explain to you why now. Because he's bigger than you, and who the fuck cares, and who will believe you, because he already knows the rumors that was going out about Monique, right? The allegations, right? So he already know what that is. So his manager or whoever he does business with, right? That get him a lot of his, you know, a lot of shit that goes on with him when it comes to his business or what he does, told him, hey, no, that's not good. And instead of him calling Monique and saying this shit, he allowed his manager to do the dirty work. Because a lot of times they are there for that. So listen, I believe Mo. I believe Monique, that Kevin Hart did exactly what she said he did. Listen, I always tell y'all, money don't change people. You always kind of have been that person. It's just escalate who your character is. And listen, and we do have some people in the world that come from struggle and says when they make it, they ain't letting nobody fuck their paper up. They ain't letting nobody take them back. Sometimes it's cowardly, sometimes it's not. Some people ain't built like that. But when you are sitting out here promoting that you're about your people, and you start to renege and start doing fuck shit like that, then, you know, it's fucked up that you're doing that. You shouldn't be even speaking that way. Just make your money. If you ever notice, you notice that nobody really talked bad about Eddie Murphy from the black community. We never talk bad about Eddie. You know why? Because Eddie don't get involved in none of that shit. Eddie like, nah, I'm good. Listen, I love my people from afar. And listen, we don't know how Eddie really feels. But Eddie don't speak on shit. He doesn't do interviews. He don't go around promoting shit because he doesn't have to, because he's rich. He don't really give a fuck. Part of me, I'm disappointed in it. But I ain't mad at him. I'd rather for him to not say any goddamn thing if it's against us. I'd rather for him not to say anything if he's going to be promising that he without people and then renege on it. This is what a lot of our people from the black community don't understand. Even our black celebrities. Y'all don't understand that. Nobody's asking y'all to go broke to fuck with us or to uplift our people. We just telling you, sometimes here and there you have to sacrifice some shit. You can't be scared. And if you ain't really if you got limits to what you're going to do, then you shouldn't be talking about none of the issues. You shouldn't have any say. Because you're going to always get put in a situation in this country when you're defending black people where some shit you're going to have to really go too far or sacrifice. I ain't going to say go too far, but sacrifice. You're just going to have to. Because this shit ain't just about uplifting black people. This shit is about people's livelihood. This is about standing for what's right and having some morals and integrity and trying to help your people. I always tell black people, if we ain't going to help ourselves, if we ain't going to fight for each other and unify and do what we need to do to take care of each other and support each other, who the fuck going to do it? Who going to do it? This country already showed you that it gives less fuck about us. And then when they do give us something, it's always crumbs. We don't get treated equally in this country. I don't care how many coons tell you that we do, because they made it. Nobody's saying all black people got to be rich, but we saying, damn, why is it more of our people poor than rich, or at least wealthy, or at least live a decent life? We have more. We got more people that ain't living well, and then we have people that's living very, very well. Something's wrong with that. And you know, when it comes to us not living well and being poor or come from where we come from, it's very different from a poor white person. We still know that. They still got the skin, the skin that protects them. They still have an upper hand regardless if they're in the same situation that we are in. Let's move on.
Inspired between then That 2 week period.
I called Kevin Hart immediately. I said, hey, baby, we just got off the phone with Endemol, and they said Dave Becky called them up and said, you don't want anything to do with me. He said, Mo, that's a miscommunication. I can tell you right now. I said, wait a minute. Are you okay, though, with this white man calling them up? Getting in between our relationship after something you said. He said, Mo, that's a miscommunication, and we're going to talk Tuesday. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you right now, it's a miscommunication. That was 2 years ago. If you talk to him, I talk to him. I've never talked back to Kevin Hart again.
Before I go any further,
And that's real. Let me explain something to y'all. As much as I like Kevin Hart, Monique has never came off to me as a liar. I'm not saying Kevin has came off to me as a liar. But I know what happened to Mo in that industry. And I seen a lot of our black entertainers turn their back on her. They didn't fight for her. They knew she was getting treated wrong. Fuck it, Kevin even said it. Let me explain something to you. If I got two friends beefing, and one of my friends is saying, hey man, the other person is mistreating me. Did some fuck shit to me. I have two options. I can say, listen, I'm staying the fuck up out of that, but I got you. What you need? Or I get involved and try to fix that shit. So when Mo tells the story when Kevin said he gonna go talk to Tyler because he don't know Oprah like that, and Tyler basically told him, I don't want to rehash that situation no more. I don't want to, deal with that shit basically, right? And if my man would have, Tyler, my friend, Tyler would have said that to me, I said, well, look, did Mo do anything to you to the point of where the level of the disrespect got so out of hand? Is she lying about everything she's saying? She may be so upset that she may be over exaggerating some shit, but is she lying about her being blackballed? These are questions. And if Tyler probably tells me no, and Mo tells me yes, then I'm like, well, won't y'all sit down and I mediate that shit behind the scenes and we all get together personally and handle this? Because we as black people cannot present ourselves out here to be this divided over whatever this situation is. That's what you do if you get involved. But Kevin decided, okay, Tyler, you know what? All right, you don't want to get involved, but I'm gonna go fuck with Mo. I'm gonna help Mo. Tyler probably told him, you do whatever, nigga. He promised Mo, blah blah blah. His people got with him. You never know. Tyler probably was behind the scenes that knew Kevin Hart manager and team and people, because Tyler's connected like that. And probably told, hey man, you better tell Kevin Hart to not fuck with Mo. This is very possible that this happened. Because Tyler probably seems like that type of motherfucker. And Kevin got caught up because he promised some things that he wound up reneging on. I believe he did that. Am I saying that Kevin Hart is a bad person? No. I'm saying that you come off as a fucking hypocrite. Now I ain't gonna say a hypocrite, you come off as a phony. Let's be real. We have never heard Monique ever being difficult. All of a sudden, she get in this situation about the precious shit, and then all of a sudden, she said, you gotta pay me to do that. And these motherfuckers all of a sudden blackball her. Her own people Her own people did this to her. I believe that happened. Tyler Perry already admitted it. We heard the goddamn video. We heard the phone call, I'm sorry. So we know he did it. I wouldn't fuck with Tyler after that. I'm like, you do that to Mo? And what the fuck you would do to me if I... You get what I mean? Nah. I couldn't fuck with Tyler Perry. I don't fuck with him now. But I'm just saying, if I was in that space, in that realm, no, I wouldn't fuck with him. Couldn't be my friend.
That wasn't the only person she talked about. She talked about Steve Harvey. She talked about Oprah Winfrey. She talked about Tyler Perry, amongst others. And not only did she do that, she also spoke about Taraji B. Henson. Remember recently, Taraji B. Henson made news because she was tearful, talking about being underpaid as a Hollywood star, a black female actress. And she became very emotional and very transparent in her frustration.
And I want to speak on that. I call her Miss P, her fine ass. But listen, Taraji, Miss P, listen. She never said anything about this type of shit. She understood maybe I gotta keep kicking down the doors or whatever. I'm telling you why she flipped the fuck out and was in tears and got so emotional. Because she's seen it coming from her own people doing it. It's one thing of, you know that the other races will do that to you. She already knew the game. She would have to play. But she thought, my people up here, they got some say, they and then come to find out it was her own people, Oprah, that blackball. I mean, not blackballed her, but lowballed her. At least tried to. Listen, you know why white actors and comics don't talk about each other really like that, like you saw about how the black people do? They know how the game go as well, but they got an upper hand. It's different for them. So when Adam Sandler put his peoples on and put his guys in movies and shit, he might not be paying them a whole lot, right? But what they understand is that the next time they do some shit, the next time they get together to do some shit, they're gonna get well more paid. They're gonna see an increase. Black folks, when we get in high position, we lowball our people are not paying them what they worth. We do the same shit white Hollywood, the motherfuckers out there do to us. We do the same shit that they do when we in a big position. We ask for favors from our people, and then, okay, it's cool. A favor or two, that's cool. After a while, bro, you gonna have to pay me. And then why would you want to lowball your people? Why would you want to take advantage of them? This is what happens in Black Hollywood, just Black Hollywood. We already know what the other side does. Black Hollywood does this. Oprah does this. It's not even just Oprah. It's a lot of them do this shit that they own. And then they get mad because a person like Monique, like, nah, hold up. Taji P, hold up. Been in this shit for a long time now. You my people. How you gonna do that to me? Already been getting lowballed. Now you gonna do it? And I'm gonna tell you why Oprah did it. And why her and Tyler do that shit. It's because they hide behind, we're helping our own people because we giving them jobs. But you're talking about people that been in the game for a long motherfucking time, and you lowballing. Listen, let me explain something to you. Y'all want to be real? You can't lowball Denzel. Oprah wouldn't dare. Tyler Perry wouldn't dare to lowball Denzel. And people say, well, you talking about Denzel. No, I'm telling you, regardless if it's fucking Denzel Washington, you shouldn't do it to your people. Let me explain something to y'all. Denzel is respected in the black community more than he's probably respected from white Hollywood. They just can't deny who he is or what his greatness is. He's respected more from us. That's why Denzel will be fine. But Denzel is one of those black people that he's like that. He's a fucking superstar. He's a legend. We know that. But Oprah or Tyler Perry would not dare to do that to them. They wouldn't do it to Forrest Whitaker. It's certain motherfuckers, Samuel Jackson. They wouldn't do that to Samuel. And I understand there's levels to this shit, but come on, you still don't you want to push a black person to get to that super. You like, listen, I got you, I'm gonna pay you, and listen, we gonna give you this role. And Oprah got money. Ain't no reason that she get up there trying to be cheap, to lowball your people. And then she go to them white people, say, yeah, I can get them in there. Yeah, they my people. I know her. That's what gatekeepers do. That sell out our people like Oprah and them. They get around on white people. Yeah, I know them. Yeah, they good friends. Man, I got them all. Like, yeah, I'm the Dundada. I can get them. I'm gonna get the best. Come on, I got you. And let me just explain this to everybody once again. Listen, I'm not knocking people for getting roles and doing it and shit like that. How many times we gonna keep talking about Roots? How many times they gonna keep remaking and doing all this different goofy shit with it? I ain't gonna watch it. I don't watch slave movies. I don't even really like watching slave documentaries. But a lot of times I watch that shit to educate myself. But I don't like watching that shit. But how many times we gonna revamp Roots? How many times we got to keep doing that? Listen, as black people, we ain't got to keep. Listen, we have to fight for the injustice of what happens to our people, but we don't have to keep walking around being victims. You know what I mean? Or feel like we've been victimized, but we don't have to, excuse me, continue to keep walking around and playing like we victims. And listen, a lot of this shit is we trying to get back for what they did to our people. I get that part, but we don't do enough uplifting. Our ancestors did what they did for a fucking reason. We celebrate them. We put attention on it. We do little shit, but we don't have to keep redoing shit. How we look at slavery. Like, who comes up with that? Like, who the fuck was like, yeah, we got to do another thing of Roots? Like, we already seen that already. Come on. That's like, a couple of years from now, Oprah gonna come out talking about, yeah, we need to do a part 2 of The Help. Let's remake The Help. Like, what the fuck? Listen, somehow people are has advanced. Can we talk about some of the positive shit that we do? Some of the hero shit? Can we talk about a black military? Like, can we do something different? Why we always got to keep going, like doing movies about slavery? I don't like that shit. And like I said, to me, it should be educational for black people. But I think, like, for some white people, I think they get a kick out of seeing black people being oppressed that way. My honest opinion. That's why I don't kind of really like that shit. And every time I watch it, I get angry. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And no lie to you, a lot of good white folks and the bad white folks and white people as a whole may not like what I'm getting ready to say. But this, I can't lie to you about my feelings. Listen, every time I see that shit, it make me dislike white people. Don't make me hate you. It just make me dislike white people. And I ain't even gonna say to the point of like true dislike, but it makes me don't trust white folks. That's why I don't like watching slavery movies. Well, one of the reasons. That's all I'm saying, people. Let's move on.
Frustration and alluded to some things in regards to Oprah and others, and Monique in the past has pounced on that opportunity, and certainly she didn't hesitate to do so here. Here is what she said, alluding to Oprah Winfrey when talking about Taraji P. Henson's and her dilemma. Take a look.
So when you see our sister go through that, you see her go through, and we act like our eyes didn't see what it saw when we watched that promotion happen with The Color Purple.
Right.
We wanted to act like we didn't see how Oprah Winfrey treated Taraji. In my humble opinion, when you saw her walk up, you saw that there was tension. You saw that there was something happening.
Right.
And then when you see Taraji write her a love letter, it's like, listen, we got to stand tall and stand strong on what we know. We know you were mistreated. We know it wasn't right. We know it was unfair. And then you turn around and say, oh, but Lady O handled it. I have a problem with that.
Now here's the deal.
And then first, let me just say this. And I'm with Monique on that. You can't say shit was all fucked up. Because listen, the crazy part about it, she didn't really name Oprah. After a while, people started filling in the shit, right? Or who she kind of was talking about, because everybody knew Oprah was kind of really running the show. Excuse me. And it just was weird. I'm going to put it that way. It was weird for her to come out, write a love letter. Because you seen the tension. I'm with Mo. I watch that shit. I watch body language too. A lot of times people ain't got to say certain shit, but you watch people body language. And everybody knew who she was kind of talking about. And all of a sudden, you know, Lady O handled that. Well, what'd she do? You know, because, listen, let me just say this. Bullies and people with power that mistreat people is very good manipulators. They are very good at doing that. So what did she do? Did she give you more money? I mean, she wasn't specific about it, like, you know, how did she handle it? Was she just gave you a talking? Was she try to do the mo? Like, you get what I mean? Like, you got to understand, like, and that's why it was very vague. That's why I understand why Monique said what she said. It was like, you got to stand tall, stand 10 toes down. What the fuck happened? At least explain. So, because, like, if you don't explain certain shit, people can run with shit. So, I'm assuming, well, what did she do? Because Oprah has a track record of talking her way out of fuck shit that she does to people. And listen, and don't get this twisted. Oprah is very, very beloved with a lot of people in the black community. Not even gonna say some, I'm gonna say a lot. The problem is with that shit is that when people like Oprah is beloved like that, we turn a blind eye to the behavior of what she's been doing to others. Because we hold these people on a certain pedestal. And we act like they're not capable of mistreating others that look like us. Because we all are capable of mistreating each other, regardless of what status or where we are. So, yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like her response, wrote a love letter and, talking about Lady O'Hanlon and come on, man. It's one thing of giving somebody respect and shit like that, but it's another thing when this person intentionally mistreated you and for some odd reason she didn't think that shit. That's why listen, I'm going to say this too as well. Because Oprah probably thought that she mistreated her, right? This is very possible. But that's what happens when you don't speak up for yourself. That's why I don't care where I'm at or what occupation I'm at or what status I'm at. I'm not letting people mistreat me, man. If I feel like something ain't right, it ain't right. Only I know what I can handle, right? Nobody else knows until I explain if I can handle that or not. Or am I okay with something? If I never say what I'm okay with, then how the fuck you know you're going to continue to think everything that you're doing to me is okay? It's what it is. Some people are okay with certain shit. Some people are not. I'm one of those people. It depends what the situation is. Right? Because a lot of times, if you're not educated in something, right, you can get taken advantage of and don't know. So you don't know what you're capable of taking and handling. Right? My wife tells me that shit all the time. She tells me all the time, she says, boo. She told me two things. She said, boo, listen. I mean, this is when we was like younger and first starting out. She said, she was one told me too, was like, babe, you don't know something about something, holler at me. Don't just sit there and be okay and agreeing with shit. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to look stupid or look like you don't know what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what you're doing. My wife told me that shit. So like, and this was early being young, right? When we first got together. Like, yo, I don't do that shit no more. Like, if I don't know something, be like, hold on, man, let me holler at my wife real quick, man. Because I don't know nothing about that shit. Let me see, let me talk to my wife. Because usually a lot of times my wife do know about the shit. And I chopped it up with my wife, and then my wife be like, nah, that shit don't make no motherfucking sense. Right? But I learned from my wife about a lot of shit. So a lot of times when I go in situations, I know how to handle them. Because I actually listen and learn from her. Now, my wife a little different. She hard-headed. She hard-headed, bro. My wife, I tell her, hey, boo, don't fuck around and do that. Blah, blah, blah. My wife hard-headed. She gonna run to the fire. Cause no disrespect to my wife. It's our anniversary. I love her, but hey, nigga, ain't nothing perfect about nobody. My wife thinks she know everything. You get what I'm saying? My wife thinks she know everything. So, sometimes, like for me, I always know if I know about the situation and she go and do some shit and I told her like, nah, don't fuck around with that, blah, 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 and she do it, I know that I have to have her back. You get what I mean? Like, I know the shit ain't gonna go well. I got her back. That's what people that you care about and love, that you love, that's what you do for them. You know they gonna fuck up, yeah. You know, they gonna do what they do. Some people are just like that, but I always tell people when it comes to my wife, I just let my wife just do what she do, and then I got her back. And listen, even if sometimes I don't listen to everything she tell me either. I go off and do some fuck shit and then listen to her, and nigga, she got my back. So it's not one-sided, you know what I mean? But a lot of the times my wife does shit that's fucked up, and I always gotta have her back. For me, I usually listen to her more than I just go off and do fuck shit, right? That's the only difference. But we both do the same shit, but it's just she does it more than I do, right? So let's move on.
Now here's the deal. Before I go to break, let me say something. This is not a comfortable conversation for me.
Of course not.
In the interest of full disclosure, Cat Williams has always been cool with me. Always been a gentleman when I've met him. Steve Harvey is a friend and a brother. Kevin Hart is a friend and a brother.
And listen, and let me just tell y'all something. The reason he don't want to go at take this chain off. Should get on my nerves. The only reason he don't want to go at Cat Williams, because he know Cat Williams will roast his ass. Cause see, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. The reason Stephen A. Smith don't go at some people, it's like a lot of them, they don't do shit because they know these people how they are, but they don't want to get caught in that crossfire. And it's okay to do that, but don't speak on some shit that you know nothing about. But anyway, let's move on.
I don't know Cedric the Entertainer that well, but I've known him well enough where I've interviewed him several times over the years, and we are very friendly with one another. I once had the pleasure of being interviewed on Monique's show, where she had her own show, Monique, on BET, when I was a guest there many years ago. And I've been a long time admirer of her work, her artistry. She is a brilliant talent, both comedically and just overall as an actress. She is spectacular. And what has happened to her, or what appears to have happened to her, what she believes has happened to her, in terms of being blackballed, in terms of being pigeonholed and marginalized, it's not comfortable to hear, it's not comfortable to watch. I don't like it at all. I root for her. But the first order of business that I'm going to do before I get in to the specifics of everything that they've had to say is I'm going to say this. It's become problematic. And somebody has to say it, so I'm going to say it. It's become problematic for black people. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. We're starting to look really, really bad. And some would say, Stephen A., what the hell are you talking about? What do you mean start? We've been making ourselves look bad for quite some time. Now, for those athletes out there.
Let me say this. No, I'm asking, what the fuck are you talking about? This make us look bad? Because just because you are black does not mean that you are about your people. You represent us. Nobody's saying that you're not black. We're saying just because you are black doesn't mean that you represent us. You may represent the black people that you know and be around, but do you really represent the culture? See, it's a difference. Listen, do I fuck with every black person in our culture? No. But I represent the culture. I can say that. I'm no fucking sellout. I'm no dude that you have heard me say anything of sellout shit. I don't move that way. Anybody that know me would never say that. Even the people that don't fuck with me no more would never say I'm a sellout. And if they do say some shit like that, they just mad. Because people that's mad about shit a lot of times say all types of fuck shit. Right? But motherfuckers that even don't fuck with me no more, they can call me any other name and they want whatever. But they'll never call me a sellout. I've been consistent of who the fuck I am and what I stand for. You may not like the way I go at it. You may not may think that I'm not doing it the way you want me to do it anymore. Like, you've seen it in the beginning, you seen it, but then you got into it and you was like, nah, he kind of not doing it the way I thought he was going to do it. Whatever. But you never called me a sellout. I have never heard anybody ever call me a sellout that know me. Ever. Listen, you can get people in the chat here and there, they wouldn't call me a sellout. They probably call me a nigger or some shit. But or a sellout or a coon, no. Unless you are a coon, trying to reverse the situation around. You know how you reverse racism, reverse the coonery shit. Like, you listen, I've been around a long time. I know how this shit work, but nobody can say I'm a sellout. So yes, I've been consistent about my people. Has I always been in my life? No, hell no. I did fuck shit. I'd never lie. I've been selfish. But that's because I ain't know no better. And I can actually admit that. Right? Fully knew any better. Put it like that, because you know a little bit, but you don't know everything. You know what I mean? But, yeah. Since I've been on this movement, almost over 10 years, nobody ever called me a fucking sellout. Nobody. Motherfuckers say I'm way too consistent sometimes. Like, you can't see it from... No. Certain shit I just can't. Because I'm about my people. And there's certain shit that you don't do to your people. Regardless if... Listen, I can disagree with a whole bunch of our black folks. Right? But if you start doing undercutting shit to hurt your own, to succeed, and to placate to white supremacy, nigga, you do not represent the black culture. Regardless of what you say you about, regardless if you give a little something back, means nothing to me. Cause like I said, if you really about black folks, when you are in a position, you will have to sacrifice for your people. You will have to take a couple of L's. It may even cost you your livelihood. Sometimes it will cost you your life. That's what about your peoples mean. So when people like Stephen A. Smith and them pretend that I'm about my people, no, you're not. No, you're not. You have to have that mind state if you really about your people. You know why I know that? Because of the simple fact of our people, our ancestors, or what they sacrificed and did for us. And then number two, I have watched other races of people were willing to die for their own and willing to sacrifice. They are willing to be hated. Do anybody genuinely, if they've been genuine, do they really truly like to hate, like for people to hate them or dislike them? No, nobody likes that. Yeah, you can have a thick skin, but you still don't like people that dislike you and hate you and don't like you at all. You don't like that. Listen, everybody likes to be liked and loved. Nobody wants nobody to dislike them and hate them and don't love them and got love for them. And anybody tell you the opposite of that, they're a goddamn lie. They're pretending. Yeah, I mean, no. Sometimes you don't give a fuck about certain shit. But at the end of the day, yes, you care. Everybody cares about that. Everybody. And if they tell you that, they're a lie. If they tell you that that's not true, they're a liar. Nobody, listen, some of us got thick skin, but your skin ain't that damn thick. You still got emotion unless you're a fucking psychopath. Some shit can rub off on your shoulders. Yes, I mean, you can brush that shit off, but some shit, it can't. You can't just brush it off. Let's move on.
Former athletes You know, because the people that tried to look at me and would sit up there and would say, Stephen A, you know, sell it out. Sell it. I can't stand his ass. Blah, 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 blah. Bump them. They full of it. You will
Bump them. Bump them. Stephen A. If that didn't matter, you wouldn't have brung it up. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. Right? Because listen, I only can go off of some of my experience in some shit. Let me explain something to you. If anybody that knew me, that ain't cool with me no more, whatever, blah, 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 called me a motherfucking sellout nigga, we'll have a problem. It's like a white person calling me a nigga. Honestly. Especially, it is coming from my people. My own people. Regardless if we don't get along, we don't fuck with each other. You can never call me that. You may not like what I do, you may disagree, but you could never call me a fucking sellout. And if you do that, nigga, that's like fighting words to me. Real talk. So that shit bothers me. And just because I don't like them, of course I probably would say, oh, they irrelevant. No, it's not irrelevant to me. Because number one, I ain't used to being called no fucking coon. Regardless if somebody dislike what I'm saying or dislike me, I am not used to that. So yes, it's going to bother me. Now, some people troll. You get that type of shit. You probably, motherfucker, yeah, you cool. Man, you trolling, nigga. You can't even name how I'm cooning. Listen, if I think you trolling, if you call me some shit like that, I say, well, name when I was cooning. Explain to the people, explain to everybody, explain to me when I was cooning. And they couldn't tell you. You can just say that's a disagreement. That cooning is way different than a motherfucker you just disagreeing and just don't like. There's plenty of people I don't like, but I don't think they coons. You don't just you don't put that tag on somebody. That's why it's offensive when white people call black people the N-word. You don't do that. And we know the meaning and the energy that comes from that shit and why you're saying it. So when somebody called another black person a coon, you know where that energy coming from. It's a history with that. Shit, even calling people a sellout, it's the same shit. Like, yo, that shit you know the history of it. It comes with something. It's something real about that. So you don't let's throw that out there and label people like that because you disagree with them. So Stephen A, you are a liar. Those people are not irrelevant because you wouldn't bring it up. It bother you, nigga. It'll bother anybody. It'll bother me, I tell you that. So would you so much better than me or better than other black people? Or don't throw it like, oh, you got thick skin. Got nothing to do with it. My skin is just as thick as yours. So you know, you're just making up shit. Let's move on.
You were performing on a court or the field of play. I called you out for your performance, and that was that. That wasn't black on black crime.
That is not true. That is not true. We have known Stephen A saying certain shit, crossing lines that where athletes had to check him because he was saying shit that fucked up people's money, that affects his family, right? I ain't gonna go down the list with that. We all know he did that. Number two, I just do this one person. So I know you. So you out here. Excuse me. You're out here misleading people and lying to people once again, like you always do. Because I told you I can debunk a lot of everything you fucking say because you're not a truthful individual. You're a half truther. So you're not really a person that tells the truth all the time, right? So and you're a habitual liar. So, what do you call what you did to Colin Kaepernick? I seen plenty of black analysts didn't fully side with Colin, but at the same time said it's his right. And they left it at that. I know black military people, veterans that serve for this country, have told me, personally told me, I don't like what Colin doing with that. You know, they felt a certain type of way about it. But they was like, this is right. And I understand why he doing it. But I don't really like it like that though. And they explained why. And it made sense to me. And I understood it too. I understood their point. But they didn't ridicule Colin Kaepernick. They didn't help try to blackball him and not act like he didn't have a point. You focus so much on of what the white white supremacists in the NFL, their standards was, but you forgot about what he was really actually fighting for. You basically helped Stephen A. You helped white supremacists to downplay what he was really fighting for and what he was standing up against. You helped them do that. Now, listen here, Stephen A. If you cannot understand that, bro, then you're not that bright as you think you are. You may be just as naive as you may not know how naive you are. When that man was trying to get back in the NFL, you could not see his side of it. It's a business. It's a business. You show up. You wasn't that great like that. But when the man was in the league, before he got hurt, he was one of the top quarterbacks in the fucking league. He was top 10. These are facts. All the athletes, black athletes, quarterbacks you see, Colin Kaepernick was them. He was them. Who the fuck you think Lamar Jackson is? Who the fuck you think that Patrick Mahomes is? And a couple of other brothers. Colin at the Vic. It's Colin. Colin, the Cam Newtons of the world. Come on. But he did everything in his power to discredit this man. To help to prove the fact, facts that, excuses that they wanted to say to why he can't get in the league. At the end of the day, if Colin Kaepernick was just said, I'm not going to speak about this shit, I'm not telling you I'm not going to take a knee, all he had to do is say, yeah, I'm not going to take a knee and shit like that. They probably even could have dealt with his rhetoric. But I'm not going to call it rhetoric, but his stance was, and he's speaking on shit. I don't think they would have had a problem with it if he would have just said, listen, I'm going to stand for the national anthem. It wouldn't have been no big deal. But that was his whole movement, to make awareness of a situation so nobody ignore what he was trying to tell them. You know what a protest is, you stupid son of a bitch. Stephen A., but you went against that. And then you sit out here and act like, oh, I never did that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You talk about that man's white mama. You did everything. You brung up his family members and shit, regardless if they're in the spotlight or not. But you talked about it. You did that. You didn't have to. You did what white supremacists did. You didn't stay focused on what the issue was what he was talking about, the injustice of unarmed black men, women, and children getting murdered by the police. You just ignored it. Stop it, Stephen A. You helped take money out of Colin Kaepernick's mouth and his family. You did do that with your rhetoric. Just because you want to ignore that because you want to be acting like you about our people is bullshit. I keep telling y'all it's a difference from a motherfucker. Yeah, he black. Here and there, he try to stand up for black people here and there, but what is he willing to sacrifice? Do he fight against our struggle? We don't have to agree with everything. Nigga, I don't agree with everything Minister Farrakhan say, nigga, but I ride with him. I agree with 90% of what Minister Farrakhan is talking about. Is that just that 10? But I agree with him 90%. I can't say that about Stephen A. Smith. I didn't see you have your platform destroy other black athletes and fuck their money up and go against the culture when you know you shouldn't. Nobody's saying that you can't be independent and have your mind of your own. Nobody's saying that. But it's certain shit. If you really represent us, it's certain shit that you can't go against. Sorry. And that may not make you feel good. That may be like, well, you questioning my blackness? You call it whatever you want, nigga. It is certain shit when black people are riding. We ride. If we about our people. You had gangbangers that probably didn't give a fuck about none of this political shit. But they understood when it was about our people, they was riding. Not the Coons though, not the Stephen A. Smiths of the world. They criticized more than they said they understood and tried to ride with it. It's certain shit that you just ride with. Nigga. Sorry. I may not like certain shit that happen to black people. I mean, that certain black people do. But when it comes to certain shit, I gotta ride. I just gotta ride. It's my people. If something bad happened to Stephen A. Smith or Candace Owens or something like that, something real bad, violence, racism, something happened to him. Listen, y'all know me, I'm petty, right? I wouldn't be that petty if it led to violence. Nah, I had to ride with Stephen A. and them. Nah, can't do that to us. Listen, you can call them niggas, you can call them whatever you want. They deserve it. If it got violent, it got on some bullshit like that, we riding. I'm riding. That's how that goes, Stephen A. Smith. Certain shit. And if you can't understand that, you don't represent us. You nobody morally that if they did some unmorally shit to you, I wouldn't care. Because you're not somebody morally that I respect. But when it come to violence or something happening to your family or some shit, no. No. Nah, nigga, I'm riding with you. Nah, they can't do that. Oh, no. As much as I dislike Stephen A. and can't stand this motherfucker. White supremacists go that far trying to hurt him. Finally, nah, nigga. Hey, what's up? But you know, call them all types of niggas. I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want. As far as that, hey, he don't deserve us to ride for him with that type of shit. If the cops shoot and kill him, or shoot, injure him or some shit like that, nigga, I'm riding. See, because I have a moral standards and a compass. He doesn't have that. But I don't have to be like that. I know when I gotta ride for my people, regardless if I like them, like what they do, or like them. Period. It's just certain shit as black people we gotta ride. This nigga don't understand that. So you don't represent us. You don't represent the black community because you don't understand that. But let's move on. But don't lie that you ain't affect somebody's life and career and their family. You did do that with Colin Kaepernick. You helped do that, nigga. Let's move on.
If you are a player and you're getting your ass kicked by somebody who's dropping 40 or 50 on you, and I call it out, and that person happens to be black, how am I?
Let me say this. This was not about, when that Colin Kaepernick shit, it wasn't about his play. And you know that. Stephen A. Smith, so you're dead lying again. This was about him taking a stand. This wasn't about his game, motherfucker. You allow the white supremacist talking points to talk about, oh, his game. Instead, he ignore what the man is talking about. You helped do that, Stephen A. Stop it, bro. Stop it. You need to stop. You can't help yourself but to be a fucking sellout. And it's okay. For me, it's okay. Because I understand. You stay over there, nigga. I'm upset because you keep speaking on our issues. That's why I keep going after you. You shouldn't be speaking on our issues. You don't give a fuck about our people. Not like you say you do. Your actions is not matching up, nigga. The fuck out of here with that goofy shit. Let's take a quick commercial break, people. We'll be right back. All right, people, welcome back to the OBF the Network. People, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. Need more information how to subscribe and donate to the channels down there strolling below. My people, make sure you guys share the videos out there, man. And shout out to my wife. It's our anniversary today. Love you, baby. Make sure you guys donate, man. Shout out to my brother Bell in the building. What up, brother Bell? Say what's up, brother Kenny. Man, these darn sunglasses is dark as shit. Okay, here we go. Stephen A. is buck dancing again. Is Stephen A. buck dancing again. Yeah, listen, man. Excuse me. He always. The Negro can't help himself. I believe at this point, it's not even that he gets a kick out of this shit. Right? I don't think it's that. I just truly believe that it's second nature to him at this point. I think it's just who he is. You know? It's like somebody that be in a cult. You know? It's like second nature to him. It's like a Trump supporter. It's second nature to them. They are racist. Like, I mean, you can't help it. They can't help it. They actually truly believe in the nonsense that they're saying. So, you know, it is what it is.
How am I knocking down my community because I point out the fact that you put your talents on public display, is getting your ass kicked. Now it's my obligation to point out that you're getting your ass kicked, and that's all that happened. That ain't selling out. That's covering.
Stephen A., we have never called you a sellout for criticizing black athletes as far as their occupation of their sport. We have never called you a sellout for that. You know better than that. Who you think you fooling, nigga? We have never called you a sellout for that. And if people did do that to you, then I guess they the people that you talking to. Because you ain't talking to us. That is not why we call you a sellout. It has nothing to do with you about criticizing black athletes in their performances, or in their occupation in their field of being an athlete. We have never called you a sellout for that. Now, we have seen behavior that where you are much more harsher to black athletes in their performance than the white ones. We have seen that. But I won't say that you was cooning or anything like you was selling out. But we have seen that. But, nigga, that's not why we call you a sellout, and you know that. See, you're talking to people that is naive about who you are and your behavior. And probably don't even understand the difference between what you're talking about of what I'm saying. But anyway, let's move on.
Covering sports, and you happen to be somebody who's chosen to participate in sports in a public forum who didn't live up to what people's expectations were. And we talking somebody, I mean, it could be Kwame Brown, it could be T.O., it could be somebody. I talked sports. I didn't get into anybody's personal life, characterizing and
how does, let me just say this, how did this come to about Stephen A? Huh? Who? Nobody even here. He haven't even respond about how he really actually truly feels about this. He just all of a sudden started going on this weird ass random outburst about people calling him a sellout. What are you talking about, bruh? Listen, you all over the place, Stephen A. I mean, get to your point. You rambling on about some shit that nobody's even talking about. We didn't even hear your take on it. I mean, because I comprehend very well. I guess, and I pay attention and I listen to what people say. I guess what you're saying is that you're trying to say you never got personal with somebody's about their family. Okay. Okay. But get to your point of what you're trying to say. Instead of talking about yourself of how much you feel like of a victim. That's why I say he does care when people call him a sellout. So when he try to sit down and like, I don't give a fuck, they are irrelevant. You are a liar because you're rambling on about some shit that you say you don't care about. But anyway, let's move on. This nigga.
Rising and castigating anybody. That's not selling out. That's doing my job of covering sports. It's not Monique's job to do what she just did. It wasn't Cat Williams' job to do what he did on Club Shay weeks ago, that now has over 68 million views, by the way.
And why is that, Stephen?
It wasn't their job to call out Kevin Hart and Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Ricky Smiley, Michael Blackson, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry. Wasn't their job. That was a choice.
First of all, he right about it was a choice, but it affects their job. It affects other people's job. So what are you talking about, nigga? What are you talking about? It wasn't their job. It affected them. Excuse me. They was gatekeeping of stopping them from getting opportunities. They helped do that. It is their job. It is their responsibility. It is their choice to do that. They are in an entertainment business. And you got people that are sitting there slandering you because you wouldn't do something for white Hollywood in a way. And they use these token Negroes to press you to do what they want you to do after you done told them no. Then when she goes to our brothers and sisters and tell, hey, man, y'all gonna let these motherfuckers do that? Y'all ain't gonna stand with me? Yes, it's her job. Yes, it's Cat's job. When these motherfuckers are behind the scenes doing grimy shit to their own people. Stephen A., please with your self-righteous bullshit. You being real self-righteous now. It ain't their job. It's their choice. It affects them. And for you to say it ain't their job to do, how the fuck you know? You already admitted that you don't know for sure if Monique telling the truth of how she got blackballed. Shit, I mean, look at it. She ain't been in nothing. This woman won an Oscar. All of a sudden, she just gone. All of a sudden, she just turned into this hard person to deal with. This person that couldn't get roles because she wasn't qualified. She's not. She fell off just like that. Nigga, are you serious, nigga? Something happened. He acting like listen, man. I'm so sick of people of living in this weird ass society that this country has created. Fuck what other countries is doing and thinking. And no disrespect to y'all. I'm talking about America. This whole delusional culture that we live in, something is wrong, bro. Where common sense doesn't even matter anymore. Motherfuckers act like it, well, I got to know. Listen, some shit you got to know. Right? Listen, Stephen A. Smith got an opinion about every goddamn... Listen, you think that what Stephen A. Smith talks about because he has credibility of being a beat writer or a writer and being in sports or writing about it and a former, he plays sports or whatever, that he's qualified to have an opinion about shit in sports? He's never played football a day in his life. But he talks about it. He has an opinion about it. He has strong opinions about something. He don't need facts with everything. But he have opinion. Let me explain something to y'all. Even me on here, do I have facts on everything I'm talking about? Hell no. That's why when I first created this motherfucking movement, it was called Opinion But Facts. Because you know why? Because some of the shit is going to be opinions. My personal beliefs and how I feel. But some shit, a lot of those personal beliefs and opinions, I can back up with facts. That's why facts comes last. Because everybody has a fucking opinion. So I'm always open to people saying, man, your opinion bullshit. I'm open to that. But when I say I can break down facts of what I'm talking about, then it's a fact. That opinion that you think an opinion, I can break it down as a fact. Tell me what makes more sense. That's where common sense come in too. What makes more sense? Or what my opinion is, or what this motherfucker is saying. Tell me what's reasonable to you. Tell me what opinion is more reasonable. That makes sense. Get the fuck out of here, man. Stephen A. Smith ain't qualified to have opinions in a lot of shit, but he keeps having an opinion. It's his job. He has never played in the NBA a day in his life. How the fuck he know? But because he covered the sport. Fuck out here. It's like an athlete. Like, I don't like the athletes that come and they start telling the journalists, you don't know nothing about the game, you never played. Fuck out of here, bro. But you in they field trying to be a journalist. You know nothing about being a journalist, but your ass is there. Trying to give your opinion about shit. Matter of fact, you ain't even playing no more in your sport, but you got an opinion. You talk about other sports and you never played it professionally. People need to stop that goofy shit. I always tell people, a lot of this shit is opinionated, right? I always tell people, what makes more sense? And you have to stop being biased about who you like and who you don't like sometimes. Because I can break shit down all the time and motherfuckers still disagree, but my shit makes more sense. I know it does because I have researched even my opinions to even believe in some of the opinions that I believe and say. That makes sense. But that's where bias come in at. Let's move on.
A choice that extended far beyond the corridors of their job. That now has Black America taking sides and looking.
Who told you that? And then, listen, let's just say what he's saying is true. So, I mean, wouldn't you want people to... our community to take sides if somebody's mistreating our own? I keep telling y'all this, and this is factual shit. Everything that Monique said, only one person has came out and called Monique a liar, and that's D.L. Hughley. But we know D.L. Hughley lied. So I can't take anything that he says as factual. I'm not saying some things he said is factual, but when I catch you in lies like that, and I got receipts of that, or that I know that you lied, I don't take you that serious like that. But listen, there's only that one person. Nobody has ever said that Monique was lying. All the people that she has ever called out and said what they did, they has never called her a liar. Even when it came to Cat. Cat said everything he said. Nobody said that Cat was lying. Here, one person might have came out and said some shit, but then I told you I'll break it down and tell you that they're lying. You're trying to tell people that's telling the truth about some shit, they going too far when it comes to the black community. We need to unify. We need to allow the fuck niggas to still be a part of our community. No. We don't tell gangbangers that. We don't act like we have disdain for, if you true about your people, black people, we don't have a disdain for them. We just, nigga, you don't represent us. We tell gangbangers that. Listen, I tell gangbangers, you don't represent us. You black. That's about it. You don't represent us. If you are out here shooting and killing, robbing, stealing, selling drugs to our community, neither was I. When I was out there doing it, I wasn't about my people. So, nigga, as a person that has did it and got the experience, I'm telling you, you ain't about our people. You black, but you ain't about what we do and what we stand for. These are facts. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't deny it. So when I tell you that people like Stephen A. Smith do not represent the black community, that's what the fuck I mean. This shit is factual. Anything you go against your people, what we trying to do, and you always got to come in and throw one of them white supremacists monkey wrench in it and side with them, nigga, you are part of the problem. If you are here faking about who you are, misleading our people, you don't represent us. You don't get to tell the truth tellers that's calling your bitch ass out, that is not known for doing that type of fuck shit that you do, that somehow they're bringing more harm to the black community. They're dividing the community. Really, nigga? That what they supposed to just say silent and let them keep running amok? So they can do it to the next black person and the next black person, or have or brainwash other black people to continue to keep pushing this same behavior? Is that what you telling us, Stephen A? No, Mo. Shout out to Auntie. Shout out to the Triple OG, Cat Williams. They had a right to stand up and say what the fuck they said. It was their job. They did the right thing. They didn't stay silent like your bitch ass Stephen A. and a lot of your coon buddies. You set up here, I did a video, you set up here and defended Megyn Kelly and talking about she wasn't a racist. Nigga, that is more detriment, that is the same as detrimental and hurt the black community. You're trying to say, oh, that's a divide. Nigga, you just divided the motherfucking community too with that nonsense. Your first thing that you did in your monologue when you first started talking about that shit was to try to go at black people. Before you even got to the racist bitch. And the racist. But somehow Stephen A. Smith can sit here and tell Monique and them this is dividing the community. Nigga, if you don't get your goofy ass out of here with that bullshit. I told you, you can always break down these type of people if you just use common sense and logic and go off of their own behavior. They tell on themselves. Everybody tells on themselves. That's why if you ain't consistent of who you are, listen, nobody can speak, oh, how the fuck I am if you don't know me. Right? If I don't know you, you don't know me, you can't talk about me. Right? You can just assume some shit. But if you know me, you be like, yeah, Kenny like that. Yeah, man, he be doing some fuck shit sometimes. Yeah, he'll do some shit like that here and there. That's only if you know me. Kenny be out of pocket, but that's only if you know me. You don't know me, or you see my behavior. Even if you don't know me personally, you see my behavior and I consistently do what I do. You be like, yeah, that's about Kenny, what he do, man. Yeah, he be on that shit. Stephen A. Smith, this is what you put out there, bro. And all the people that you're trying to defend, because I know that you're trying to defend her. You don't know Cat like that, but he always been polite to you. No morning she bring Harry on the show. You don't know her like that, but you said, motherfucking Steve Harvey, your brother, and all this. I don't know, say it like that. You try to clean it up, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. That's why niggas got mad at Club Shay. Club Shay. They got mad at Shannon because Shannon wouldn't take a side. Shannon ain't there to do that. He's an interviewer. Regardless if he's friends with people or not. He may like Mo. He good friends with Steve and DL. That's not his, unless he wants to. You don't get to tell him that he has to take a side and push for any side. He's the interviewer. Come on, man. If you not gonna hold these other YouTube niggas for bringing Charleston White, these sellout ass niggas, and Stephen A. Smith sellout ass, and Candace Owens sellout ass on their platforms, then stop talking about Shannon Sharp. The fuck out of here. I don't be hearing motherfuckers. Shannon Sharp doing disturbance and dividing the black community. You don't say that about all these other motherfuckers, do you? That bring on these coons. I don't hear none of y'all saying that. You heard Stephen A. Smith one time. Candace Owens is I think she's very intelligent, very bright. No, she's not. Listen, I'm going to explain something to y'all very, very clearly. Do not be shocked if Stephen A. Smith loses it, he doesn't get re-signed to ESPN, that Candace Owens is going to be on his show soon. And it might come before that. Because he want to outdo Shannon. That's why I said what I said. I said in the title. Stephen A. hating on Club Shay. Especially if he keep having these epic ass goddamn videos. I mean, you know, these epic guesses and shit. You know what I mean? These live streams going, this videos going doing big like that. Stephen A. can't handle that, man. He a hater. He don't like to see other motherfuckers shine like that. He lie and say he does. It bothers him. That's why when that nigga when he went off on Jason Whitlock, if you watch that video I did, I said, these niggas the same niggas. How they talking about each other? They saying the same shit. They're just saying the same shit to each other because they the same people. No one's worse than the other. They both worse. The only difference with Stephen A. Smith, he's conscious enough to know how to. He's found a lane the way he can play both sides with black and white people. Jason Whitlock don't give a fuck. This nigga had Charlie Kirk sitting there disrespecting Martin Luther King. Who the fuck does that, man? Jason Whitlock wouldn't even have the freedoms, or his daddy or whoever it is wouldn't have the freedom to even be in the position. He wouldn't even be in the position that he in if it wasn't for Martin Luther King in the civil rights era. And the other people that was a part of that. Like, come on, bro. Nigga, that's all we kind of got that's respectable, and you gonna let these racists disrespect that? That's what Jason Whitlock did. And anybody else that goes against me, listen, nigga, I don't agree with everything that Martin Luther King stood for or what he said, but it was a different era at that time too. So of course I may disagree with some of that shit, but that doesn't mean I disagree with the whole movement. I'm with the movement still to this day. I would never disrespect Martin Luther King like that, ever. Unless he came out to be a sellout and a coon or some shit. But no, that was not part of his character. The fuck is y'all doing? Jason Whitlock, you said that out of racist disrespect in Black History Month. That's how emboldened they are. And then niggas sat around like Jason Whitlock, like it was okay to do. Listen, Jason Whitlock, if I was a hateful person, I would wish something bad to happen to you. But I ain't like that. I ain't like you. You allowed that racist to come in there and discredit the civil rights era and Martin Luther King. Talking about he was basically saying it made more of a big of a problem in America because we fought for rights for all people. Because it wasn't just about black people. It was about everybody getting treated equally. And this, you allowed that man to come there and say that. Wow. I told y'all. It didn't shock me, and I ain't mad that Charlie Kirk said that. Because I expect that from other races of people. I do. It shocks me and pisses me off when our own black people do it. Allow it or do it. Or be a part of it. Or don't say anything. That shit hurts, man. And it's disrespectful. You sat there and let that man do that. You just sit there and shook your big ass head. I don't give a fuck what nobody say because I'm petty. My opinion, he a homosexual. Pretending that he's still a heterosexual male. Trying to bamboozle people. You and Lizzie Graham and Tim Scott all probably be doing undercover in the closet shit all the time. My opinion. Old soft ass niggas. Listen, I been around enough gay people to know suspect ass motherfuckers. I'm just being real. Motherfuckers you thought that wasn't gay, I knew they was gay. I ain't gonna say I knew. I kind of predict they was, or I had this real strong feeling they was. Listen, don't be shocked. And listen, even if you see a lot of these people, they do a lot of homosexual shit behind closed door with women. I'm just telling y'all. Listen, I had one time, I got my ass eat. That was one time. I didn't like it. I said, nah, there ain't no sexual shit I want to do. I was young. No, don't like it. Right? Now, You got a lot of these dudes that will allow dildos go in their ass, get fucked by a dildo from their woman, spread eagle, get their ass licked, and shit like that. Listen, do I think it's homosexual shit that if a woman does it to a man, it's sus? I wouldn't call people like that gay. It's sus. That's all I'm saying. Listen, I'm a different dude. I didn't enjoy that shit. I didn't think it was. I felt unmanly. As much as it probably felt a little good, unmanly shit. It's unmanly. Like I just, you felt a little feminine. No one feel like that. Nah, won't happen again. One time that shit happened. And the crazy shit about it, it didn't even last that long because I just was like, no. I don't like that. So it ain't like I was sitting there and I got the whole experience or some shit. I just did. Probably for like, I wouldn't even say a minute, it's about 30 seconds. Nah, can't do that. Shit don't make me feel good. So, that's all I'm saying. You gotta watch these suspect motherfuckers. They sit there and try to be all manly, but these niggas got the legs cocked up in the air getting their ass licked. And I'm not saying all of them gay. I'm just saying it's sus. I don't know no man that like to get their ass licked. That's supposed to be this manly man from a woman. Pat their legs up. Like, if you think about it either way, if you doggy, getting your ass licked, if you on the side, getting your ass licked, or you got your legs straight up, spread eagle, nigga, you still look sus. If you really think about it. Honestly. Just saying. Let's move on.
At one another with an elevated level of skepticism and disgust, while having others outside of our community look at us that way as well. And that's a subject that we're going to tackle.
At the same time, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about how people outside of our community or outside of our race see us and think about us. A lot of them already think that. From every race. Outside of our people. Shit. I mean, look at Stephen A. He already think that. And he black. So why would I give a fuck about how other races of people see us? We care too much about that shit. If you ask me. Just being real. Let's move on. Give a fuck about them motherfuckers. I told you, I'm about my people. I don't, listen. Excuse me. I care about how our people look. But I don't really give a fuck how other races of people see our people. Because, see, I know the world. I mean, I know this country. Them motherfuckers just, listen, I done seen white boys come up. I'm looking at these motherfuckers. What the fuck? Like, acting like he ghetto. Like, you done seen other different nationalities talk slang and act as ghetto as some of our ghetto people. Our hood people. Like, you know what I mean? Hood rat type shit. Look at some of these white women. All they do, a lot of them doing this shit. These bitches grew up in the suburbs some goddamn where. Come on. Fuck out of here, man. Please stop. Let's move on.
On the Stephen A. Smith show today. We're not running from this. We're going to talk about it. Whether it's Monique, it's Cat Williams, or even if it's my brother, Shannon Sharp for Club Shay. I got a lot to say. A whole lot.
Now, mind you, he ain't saying that they lying. He just saying he got a problem. He wanna get into the details of it, people. We gonna get into it, nigga. You wanna get into it? We gonna get into it. Listen, people, we at the 2-hour mark. This might be a 4-hour show, cause I wanna hear this buck dancing bonanza ass nigga. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick commercial break, people. We'll be right back. All right, people, we back from quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel, people. Listen, it's my anniversary, people. Donate a little something today, man. You know what I mean? Help me and the wife out. Maybe pop a bottle or something. I mean, we're going to pop a little bottles, but I'm just saying, maybe we can pop 2. You donate. You know what I mean? But anyway, leave your comments. I'm not saying leave your comments, but yeah, you can leave your comments or whatever, people. But yeah, make sure you guys donate to the channel. But if you need more information to subscribe to the channel and donate to the channels down there scrolling below, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. And make sure you guys share the videos, man. Hit the like button too, people. Hit the like button. Yeah, let's get back into this hypocritical nigga, because he want to tell us what he got a problem with. He got a problem with the truth tellers, but he ain't got a problem with maybe this shit might be actually true. He has a very good opinion on what they said. And just because somebody doesn't reply to shit doesn't mean that they're telling the truth. Or they right. Because they taking the high ground. Some people take the high ground. Well, not even the high ground. Some people stay silent because they know the shit is true. You remember when Cat came out and said that Cedric the Entertainer stole his motherfucking his joke? You know the Cedric ain't say nothing about it. Then he start talking about some other shit. He ain't talk about what Cat said, because it was actually factual. But he's still cordial. Listen, when Cat said that Steve Harvey was hating on Bernie, you ain't hear him deny it. This nigga came out with some other shit talking about, some people out here with negativity. Of course you say that. You in a position of you done fucked everybody else over and sold out, that way you may not have to say too much. You can try to change the narrative or try to act like you on some positive shit, even though you behind the scenes, and you've been behind the scenes for a long time, shitting on other black people. Doing crab in the barrel shit. They think that every time you speak out against power, you're a troublemaker. You're trying to somehow trying to make trouble. No, motherfuckers. Sometimes motherfuckers just gonna speak their truth. And like I said, as none of them came out and debunked anything that Monique or Kat said. Not near one of them. That's why I want y'all to understand. Listen, my wife don't think that Mike Epps is funny. That's her own personal thing. I think Mike Epps is funny. Mike Epps is phony as shit. He a clout chaser. Because if you heard him, I think he did a couple of live streams talking about, why Club Shay ain't had me on there doing some, and blah blah blah. And then he did a little, he doing this little tour special, right, to make his tour, whatever. And you caught his shit. He was doing his comedy shit and would start calling Shannon Sharp gay, and I turned it down. That's why Shannon Sharp went at him. Because on one hand you were saying, I'm sorry, hold on. I'm sorry. Nope, that's not true. I take that back. He was saying that why Cat Williams didn't say his name. Then you what? So you can go back and forwards the beef with Cat? So you can get your name out there, just like you did with Shannon Sharp? Listen, this always be the problem with me, right? You heard what I said about Jason Whitlock. I said that I believe he might be a homosexual. Don't know that for sure, right? Just my opinion. But y'all think that's why I'm mad at him? You think that's why I call him a sellout, because I think he's gay? No. But those dudes, they insult people, and then, like, with the whole gay shit, him and Corey Hogan with that shit. You ain't speaking facts about shit. You want to make fun and disrespect people, or playing with people's sexuality like that. Right? And me as well, I can't be a hypocrite about that. Right? But I'm actually serious about that. I actually believe, my opinion, that he might be a homosexual. Right? I'm not making it seem like I got a problem with it. If he is a homosexual, there's nothing wrong with it. That's the difference. I don't like that he hunted. And maybe they feel the same way, but it doesn't come off the same as how I'm saying it. And maybe it just could be me, right? But I don't give a fuck if Shannon Sharp was gay or not. I don't give a fuck what that got to do with he invited me to a show and I ain't come. That's what Shannon was upset about. It wasn't even, Shannon said, I ain't even mad at you even calling me gay. Because at the end of the day, I always say this. What are you making fun of? If you say you ain't against gay people, why are you making fun of them? Of being gay? Right? Or if somebody used to think that they're gay. Like when I talk about I think somebody's gay, I ain't making fun of them. Nothing to laugh about. Even if I'm being funny about it. Or people think I'm being funny. I'm not being funny about it. I truly believe they gay. It's nothing to be funny about. Listen, I had brothers that I truly respect that was said to me, it was like, yo, Kenny, man, you kind of suspect, nigga. You out here defending the gay community and shit. Nigga, I ain't defending everything about the gay community. All I'm saying is, who the fuck cares? At this point, we in 2024, bro. I don't give a fuck about no motherfucking, I don't care about people being gay. Who the fuck cares? I'm not having sex with them. Why I care? Why the fuck do I care? My wife ain't gay. I ain't gay. So why the fuck I care? I'm going to tell every man this. If your woman is okay, regardless if she your girl or she the love of your life or she your wife or whatever, if your woman is okay with another woman eating her pussy and having a threesome, she gay. Real talk. To all the rappers and all the so-called heterosexual men that like to sit out there and pretend they got a problem with gay people. Nigga, every threesome you had with 2 women and they was doing whatever they was doing, they was gay. So you was okay with gay shit. It never rung a bell to you stupid motherfuckers, did it? You was okay with gay shit. What, because you ain't had to suck a dick or something? You think you wasn't okay with gay shit? If you got a woman that you okay with of doing homosexual shit, you okay with homosexuals and that activities. Nigga, gay is gay. Just because you ain't doing it with a man doesn't mean nothing. Have you ever ran into a heterosexual woman? Tell you, hell no, I ain't sucking no other bitch pussy. I ain't having no threesome. You ever ran into some of them? I have. I've been married to one all my life. I mean, not all my life, but you know what I mean? For 14 years. We've been knowing each other over 20-something years. Not ever. Listen, I knew better not even to bring up that conversation. Real talk. Shout out to my brother Bella in the building. He said happy anniversary to me and my wife. I appreciate you, bro. We appreciate it. But yeah, man. I keep that up, bro Bell. Shout out to bro Bell. Yeah, man. If you ever had a threesome, you was already okay with gay shit. I probably had one in my whole lifetime. Believe it or not. Niggas be lying, talking about I had about 3, 4, 5 of them. Nah, I ain't had that. I had one. You was okay with gay shit. If you're okay with watching 2 lesbians fuck and lick pussy, you okay with gay shit. I keep telling you that. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna be sitting there watching 2 gay dudes do it. That's just a little, it's not, it don't turn me on. Right? Like, it ain't no shit that I'll be like, oh, you know, they get hard on that. No. 2 women is different. I get that. But to say that you ain't for gay people, you don't like gay shit, I ain't gonna say gay shit, but I'm like, you can't support gay shit. If you okay with 2 lesbian women having sex or having a threesome, then you can't say that. You're okay with gay shit. It's just certain gay shit that you don't like. I always say that. I'm not okay with all gay shit. At least I'm consistent. Got all these niggas out here talking about I'm a manly man. I don't like gay shit. I don't like the gay shit. Nigga, if you okay with 2 lesbians sucking your dick, or you know, 2 women sucking your dick and licking each other pussy, and you get a kick out of that, you okay with some gay shit. Some gay shit. I ain't saying all gay shit, but you okay with some gay shit. Because that's gay. I've been in plenty of relationships with, you know, couldn't get women to do that. So, heterosexual women to do that. So, nigga, please. Anyway. Now, all of a sudden, now niggas acting like it's a double standards. To a certain extent. But it's actually really not. You're okay with gay shit. Well, some gay shit. I put it like that. Let's move on.
Whole lot. It's about time that it gets addressed in a manner that it deserves. Welcome back to the Stephen A. Smith Show right here over the digital airwaves of YouTube. As promised, it's time to tackle a subject that I will openly confess I'm not very comfortable tackling. Because I understand where people are coming from and I don't want to give.
No, you don't. Listen, that's always this cop out. I understand. No, you don't. Because you're not going to criticize the people that's telling the truth about these other people. You're only going to criticize the people that you feel that's crossing the line on some blackness. Listen, Stephen A., you don't represent black people like that. You don't represent our culture. You pretend you do. You try, I guess, in your own weird ass way, but you don't represent us, bro. But anyway, let's move on.
Any extra shine to whatever perspective they have on Mr. Shannon Sharpe himself, but I have no choice. Now, some people would ask the question, why is that? He's a grown-ass man, so are you. He's doing his thing, you're doing your thing. I will remind you that Shannon Sharpe is a major, major contributor to my daytime job, which is First Take on ESPN. And to be quite honest with you, we've grown to become friends. I got a lot of love for the brother. I respect the hell out of him. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion.
That's why I told y'all, when that skip shit happened, this nigga said, ching, ching, ching. Let me go get this nigga to help me out even more. Let me take something away. Listen, Stephen A. Smith is he a sellout and all that other shit, but he's a opportunist. That's what he is. So don't ever get that shit twisted. He wasn't friends with Shannon Sharpe like that. They wasn't all that tight. He's admitting it himself. Right now. That nigga got that dude because he's seen how popular and how people loved him, especially in the black community. That's why he went there. He tried to get some of the black people to start fucking with him some more, because Stephen A. Smith was on this curve of black people was like, man, if you don't get this goofy ass nigga the fuck up out of here. You know what I mean? I know the game, Stephen A. Smith, you trying to play. But anyway, let's move on.
Champion, he's a Hall of Famer. And the reality is that he's doing big things. You can say what you want, but 68 million views for the Cat Williams interview is 68 million views. The first order of business with Monique in this interview in day one, with it being 5 million views, ladies and gentlemen, that's over 73 million views. You can say whatever you want to say. You just can't take away from that reality and what Shannon Sharpe has brought to the table. The flip side to that, however, is that when you do interviews of this nature, we've heard noises emanating from our community because both of us are black men. I'm from the North New York City. He's from the South. It doesn't matter. As black men, as brothers, as black people, what Dion Cole alluded to on numerous occasions in terms of negativity selling, in terms of us going after one another, what Chris Spencer alluded to when he talked about how nobody does this to one another but black people, it's inescapable. It's a reality.
Yeah, but these are the same people that's in the industry of their name comes behind of their popularity of white folks. Listen, Dion Cole, very funny dude. Get that. Everybody know who the fuck Dion Cole is. Honestly. Only white people know who the fuck he is. At this point, nobody really know who the fuck Dion Cole is really like that. I'm not saying no black people, none of us know who he is. But, stop. Yeah. My bad, people. But yeah, nobody know who the fuck Dion Cole is, man. I'm not saying ain't no black people know who he is, but nobody know who the fuck Dion Cole. And a lot of these niggas, man, they got their reputation off of white folks. When you think about Martin, nigga, yeah, Martin blew up, but we know motherfuckers know who Martin, because Martin. Listen, I respect Eddie Murphy, but nobody know Eddie Murphy big, because, yeah, black people know who he is, and we fuck with him, he did his shit, but Eddie Murphy's in a different atmosphere, different stratosphere. I don't understand why these niggas, when you ain't listen, when you be consistent about your people, it is certain shit that your white friends are not going to fuck with you about. And you can tell. You can tell by certain people's career. Look at Cat. Cat is still respected by the black community. He got white friends, he got other people that fuck with him, but you can't fuck with him because his core base is us. Excuse me. Always remember that. These niggas always talk that bullshit. Is a different about when niggas cross over. It's like Dave Chappelle. The only reason Dave is up there like that, the way he is now, is because of black people put him back where he's supposed to be. Not white folks. We did that. That's why he was going around in our black clubs and getting back to what Dave's supposed to do. And then he could branch off to the white audience again. We did that. Why do you think that Stephen A. Smith continues to go to black, certain black people shit? He can't go to real black people shit. I mean, he went over to Cam and Mason and all them niggas. You know, listen. You can listen, Cam and Mace. I love what they doing over there, but those niggas are just, listen. And I'm just gonna be honest. And there's no disrespect to them in this way. Cam and especially Cam, right? But you gotta understand, these niggas are rich. They're rich, ignorant niggas in a way that have some intelligence, but they're not nobody that you really truly think that they do their homework on everything. These Negroes still talk like they still from fucking Harlem. Especially Cam. Fuck out of here. He doesn't say anything that, like, you be like, all right, it just sounds like some hood shit. It's real. It's like we at the barbershop. Sometimes, nigga, yeah, you can say some shit. I say some shit. I talk like my people. But don't get it twisted. Nigga, I can have a conversation and not use a cuss word and not say the N-word and B and all that other shit. If a person want to have that conversation with me, I don't think Cam can do that. He likes to stay comfortable. That's why he created the atmosphere he created. And me as well, not deny it. That's why I said I respect what they do. But this nigga is sitting there acting like we supposed to take political shit from him and he knows nothing about it. How educated you think that Cam and Mace is about politics? Honestly. That's why they in the realm of doing sports. But here and there they want to get to talking about politics and shit. Nigga, shut your goofy ass up. And that goes for a lot of those rappers. You niggas don't know nothing. A lot of those niggas has not worked a 9-to-5 job since they got on. And they started making millions of dollars. How the fuck they gonna tell you about how shit really runs when they haven't really cared? These niggas been running around the world fucking doing all the perks, fucking chicks and shit like that, and getting all the perks. Everybody telling them they great. They ain't worked no 9-to-5 in a long motherfucking time. So how the fuck they gonna know what the regular 9-to-5 motherfucker is? I don't give a fuck how hood they are. Or they try to pretend how hood. They don't know shit. They don't know a motherfucking thing. Fuck out of here. And I'm not saying Cameron Mason's dumb, but no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when you are talking about shit you're not educated about, shut your ass up. It's like Stephen A. Smith, nigga, you don't hang around black people in the hood like that. Let me explain something to you. I'm a part of my people. I still live amongst my people. So I can speak on it. I still live amongst my people. I ain't saying I'm in the hood. I'm around that circle. I ain't that far, nigga. Nah, nigga be like, oh, I ain't hard to find. Hard to find. Just saying, you roll up. Might not go well for you. You fuck with me, Ron. It may not go well for you. And like I said, I ain't scared to go around amongst my people because I don't talk bad about my people. I check my people when my people need to be checked. That's about it. And I'll be honest about where I stand with certain shit. But I don't, you know, I ain't on the platform all the time disrespecting my people. Because I'm about my people. They even try to help the motherfuckers that do wrong. They stop doing wrong. Because I was a nigga that did wrong and motherfuckers helped me. So I don't turn my full back on them. I just say we don't represent that. I don't represent that, nigga. That shit ain't okay. That's all I say. And none of mean I don't understand the struggle. It's just that, nigga, I don't represent that. But, yeah. You got, sometimes, y'all got, listen, some of these niggas on the internet for entertainment. And it's okay. But, you should not be taking your fucking advice and life lesson shit from people that don't have no fucking clue what they're talking about. Honestly. Listen, people, I ain't saying I know everything, but listen, you want to know about some politics, you want to know about certain shit in life, how kind of life is, and the motherfucker to be very honest about you about their own life, like really truly like that. Come over here and fuck with me. Cause I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna sugarcoat this shit. And I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, certain shit I can't talk about because it affects others. I get that. I come from the hood, street codes. I still live by certain shit. You just can't talk about certain shit because you can hurt other people with your lifestyle because you was a part of the shit and what's going on with other people. So you gotta be very careful of how you do shit to hurt others. But I ain't nothing I'm hiding from nobody like that, nigga. I wish I can tell y'all every goddamn thing, but I can't tell you everything because it hurts other people and it brings other people involved in certain shit, and I can't do that. But anyway, let's move on.
And so as a result of that, I have to answer questions because people have literally asked me, Stephen A., what do you think about how Shannon Sharpe interviewed Cat Williams and Monique? What do you think about the pushback or lack thereof? Why give somebody the platform to come out on your show and say all the things that they said? I'd be lying if I said those were not legitimate questions. I'd also be remiss in neglecting to inform you that I personally asked Shannon Sharpe to come on this podcast and discuss it.
First of all, It wasn't like it was live. So if Shannon didn't think that it was acceptable to do, he wouldn't have put it out. They're not going live. Like, I'm live. He wasn't going live. Like, when you see, when Shannon go live, when Shannon come out with something new, it's live, that's because it's live for the first time y'all seen it. It's already been recorded and somewhat to a certain extent edited. That's the thing I love about Shannon shit. He put that full shit out. He don't edit it. But he recorded because he want to go back in his team and shit and say, like, if we, like, you get what I mean, if they want to edit some shit or whatever. But usually he doesn't. He doesn't. I ain't never seen him really edit no shit. Nobody said, oh, he was editing that. So Shannon was okay with it. That's why I said, what we mad at Shannon about? Shannon didn't say this about those people. And listen, he's an interviewer. We all know this about Shannon. Stephen A. Smith. Dude, you have controversial people on your show now that said fucked up shit. And niggas can disagree with, and we said you shouldn't have put them on. What the fuck are you talking about, Negro? Please, stop. Like I said, he don't get mad at other YouTuber motherfuckers that be putting Charleston White out there and shit that he said in Candace Owens. He actually praised Candace Owens one time, if I'm not mistaken. So, nigga, please, stop with your nonsense shit. Out there, I guarantee you Kanye West call you and say, listen, Stephen A., I want to do an interview. You gonna do it? You're a bullshit. Nigga, nah, man, let me move on, man. Like he got morals and principles and shit. Please.
To his credit, although he's not here, he was willing to come on. He just had other commitments because he knows I'm his brother and I'm not trying to backdoor him. And I'm going to say something rather, that a lot of people are not going to like.
Well, and this is how I know that what he just said was a bunch of bullshit. Because if that's the case, right, just wait. Anything about that? No. He did it. He's going to do what he's doing to hate. Because if that's the case, you say, you know what, I'm going to wait on you then. I know you had some other shit. Well, nigga, I'll let you respond later then, but you can say that. I'm going to let you respond later, but I still got to talk about it. You okay with that? You know what I mean? You do that with him. Or you wait to talk about this situation. But you couldn't. Because you're a sellout. And you do everything for clout. And you doing this shit because you wanted to get the spotlight too after Shannon did what he did. Excuse me. We know how this shit works, man. On the internet, Stephen A. Stop playing with us, bro. You could have waited, but you didn't. So don't, he had other obligations, but you could have waited. And you know the crazy part about it probably would have been a bigger show if you would allow Shannon to get on the motherfucker. But you don't want to give Shannon no shine. We know how it is, nigga. The thing about it, has he done a show where Shannon been on there explaining anything? No. Because he already planned to try to outshine Shannon. Because he's a fucking hater. He's a fucking narcissist. He just want to sit, he want to have all the shine. Well, he's out there, reach out, he said blah, 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 blah. He probably was so happy that Shannon said, nah, I couldn't do it. This goofy nigga, man. Let's move on.
I don't believe that Shannon Sharpe is just an entertainer. I believe he's a voice. He's a voice in our community that is elevating by the day. He matters. And because he matters, with that level of significance and cachet comes a level of responsibility, some would say. But when you do it to the point where you're trying to act as if he shouldn't have them as guests, or somehow, some way he could have curtailed or edited out what they've said, I'm not going to go that far. Shannon Sharpe is under no obligation to edit or alter genuine thoughts that his guest has on his shows. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. Now, would I have been a little bit different? Sure, because I'm a trained journalist. And as a result, the level of pushback that I would give, I'm seasoned and trained to do it, spanning 30 years. When Shannon Sharpe was on Club Shay or Nightcap rather, weeks ago, and he said to Chad Ochocinco during one of his telecasts, I'm not Ed Bradley, the late Ed Bradley, God rest his soul. I'm not 60 Minutes. I'm not 48 Hours. I'm an entertainer. My only retort to him was that you're not just an entertainer, you're a voice. And take that voice into consideration whenever you do whatever it is that you do, so you're never telling somebody that you're just an entertainer.
What is the pushback that you would have did, Stephen A? See, because nobody's asking that question. He said what he said. Right? But what would he would push back on? See, it's a lot of things. Niggas keep talking about, oh, I would have did this and I would have did that. What was the pushback? What would you have pushed back on? You can't say that, oh, I would have did it differently. Well, what do you have did differently? See, it's always good to Monday quarterback some shit after something happened. What would you have done? And listen, if you're going to say that you would have did something differently, explain what you would have did differently. First of all, let me just say this. Because we're going to be 100. Right? Because we want to be real, right? This nigga had no disrespect to Shaq and all them. You talking about high profile comedians. If I'm not mistaken, I think he might have had Mike Epps on the shit. I could be wrong, but I think he did. Listen, they ain't Cat. They ain't Monique. You notice that he just all of a sudden started doing interviews? With the Deion Coles of the world and all these niggas that ain't... Listen, I'm not saying they ain't good comics. They ain't on certain levels. Shannon get... Listen. Nigga, you... See, Shannon gets the motherfuckers... And shout out to Shannon. Shannon gets the motherfucking entertainers that you don't expect that he gonna get. That be the realness. Because they don't want to talk about real. They just want to keep talking and running and yipping yap in their mouth. Shannon gets those motherfucking guests that you don't think that he's going to get. Like, oh, Shannon got such that. Nigga, let's just be real. Did anybody think he was going to get Usher? Let's be real. Nobody thought he was going to get Usher. Shit, I was like, oh, he got Usher? Damn. Wasn't that much controversy like that. I get that, but it's still a big name. Stephen A. Smith is getting niggas that you know he can get. When Shannon does what he does and get these big name people, you be like, oh, Shannon got him? Shannon got Shannon got him for an interview? And let me explain something to you. About 60% of the people now, right, that Shannon gets is because his people called them people. The other 40, they call Shannon to get on that damn show. Ain't nobody calling Stephen A. That's why he don't have everybody, motherfuckers, he don't do interviews like that. Nobody fuck with Stephen A like that. He keep acting like people in the industry really fuck with him like that. Listen, you want my opinion, I believe that Shannon turned down him coming on that show. Because, nigga, I'm not giving you no motherfucking shine on my shit. I just did some shit, now you want to shine off my shit. Because I believe Shannon know what type of person Stephen A. Smith is. But one thing about Shannon, I can say that I don't like, he played the game a little bit too. And I don't like that shit. You know this dude ain't really who he say he really is, how he pretend how he is. But that's the difference. Stephen A. Smith can't get those artists, can't get those people. That's why you see him here and there, he get somebody. He ain't get nobody. Dion Cole. Listen, no disrespect to Shaq. Shaq is Shaq. That's why the biggest person he had on that show is Shaq and Snoop Dogg. You think that Shannon can't get Snoop? At this point? Yeah, he can. Fuck out of here. Everybody want to come down and sit with Club Shay. Shit, if I could go down and sit with Club Shay, nigga, I would. That's the shit that's popping. Him and $1 million worth of game. That's the best shit out here. Best shit out here. Best shit. And third, I probably would put Joe Buttons. Fuck out of here. Nigga mad. He hating. He hating. He mad because he can't get those entertainers and people and sports type of people to sit down with him. Because he already is fucked up in the sports world that he can't get a lot of them niggas to sit down with him. Real talk. None of them niggas want to sit down with Stephen A. like that. Nobody. Well, I ain't gonna say nobody, but a lot of them do not want to sit down with Stephen A. Smith of his reputation. They don't want to sit down with him. So maybe he can get some entertainers here and there. But he keep acting like he trying to keep presenting that he's like that in the entertainment business. Everybody don't fuck with Stephen A. He keep thinking that. Fuck out of here. And like I said, Shannon shit was always about getting entertainers sitting down and interviewing them. The lane happened before, but he was, when it came to entertainers and shit on the internet, he did that. He blew it up. It was already happening, but he blew it up. To where, nigga, you want to get these certain type of entertainers to come down and sit down and speak their truth. Nobody on YouTube was doing that. Not what Shannon was doing. No, not in far as like the internet space. Nobody was really doing what Shannon was doing. That's why he popping the way he doing. And shout out to Willie D. Willie D starting to do it. Shout out to Willie. But, man, get the fuck out of here. Think about it. Shannon just come out, blow out. I tell everybody, all the black people, man, go sit down with Shannon. Don't go sit down with Vlad TV. Get the fuck out of here. Don't sit down with that goofy motherfucker. That racist piece of shit. Fuck out of here. That culture vulture. I won't even call him a racist. I take that back. He's a culture vulture. On some bigotry shit. I told you about some of these so-called I'm a Jew motherfuckers. These motherfuckers got bias against them when it comes to black people, but they want to make money off black people. They want to make some money with black people to take advantage of them. So he a culture vulture. Do I believe that Vlad is a racist? No, not a full-blooded, but he damn sure is a bigot. Anyway, let's move on. That's why Stephen ain't mad, though. Because he can't get them superstars.
Entertainer. Because you're more than that. Outside of that, I have a very, very, very difficult time looking at the day and age that we're living in. Seeing 68 million views here, 5 million views there, over 73 million views for just 2 interviews, and asking somebody to ignore the significance of that, knowing most people wouldn't. Because that's being full of shit. That's not being authentic. Most people wouldn't ignore that. Now again, I would have pushed back on Cat Williams on several things. Because the personal in which he went about the business of highlighting his attacks and illuminating his attacks against Kevin Hart, against Steve Harvey, against Ricky Smiley, Cedric the Entertainer, Michael Blackson, and others, or I would have wanted receipts. I would have had to dig a little. I would have had to dig a little more. That's just me.
What receipts did you do? And like I said, you're saying that, right? But think about this, my people. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Listen, he is pretending that somehow, some way, because he's cool with those guys, he think that Cat Williams is lying. And you'll push back on it. Okay, cool. Has any of those guys came out and said Cat was lying after he said what he said? That's all the receipts you need to have. And nobody's saying that you're going to push back on Cat or about, what's the receipts. But Cat gave you receipts. Monique gave you receipts. What are you talking about? And like I said, even if you're in a moment of doing that interview, and I heard them plenty of times, Cat and Monique say, if you think I'm lying, it's on the internet. Look it up. And Cat told you a lot of times, if you think I'm lying about it, think about it. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Even when Ricky Smiley came out with his little white manager that was his manager back in the day and came out and said what they said, they did not say that Cat was lying. They just said, oh, Ricky Smiley, he did go for the role. Cat didn't say that. Cat was basically saying, hey, man, how was they offered you the role of Money Mike? And you got it. It was your shit. And listen, I can say this. I'm gonna say this. It is very possible that those white execs or whoever the fuck they was doing that role, they could have probably did tell Ricky Smiley that, and it's very possible of that. It's very possible of that, but I don't believe that. Cat was basically saying, "Hey man, listen, nigga, you wasn't offered that role of Money Mike over me or anybody. You had it, and they switched it up because they thought you fit another a role of being Santa Claus over me." It doesn't make any sense. Cat didn't lie. He was just saying, listen, nigga, it was so many other people. So if they did tell you that, right? If they did tell you that, then I came in that bitch and I blew their ass out of the water and they gave it to me. But it was never that, oh, they gave Cat Williams the role of, he was supposed to play my role as the Santa Claus, and I was going to play the role of Money Mike. That's what Cat was talking about. See, if you use common sense and you really truly think about what the fuck Cat was saying, that didn't make any sense. Cat was basically saying, nigga, I did not go for the role of the Santa Claus. He said I went at the role of Money Mike. So how the fuck did this dude get on here and say, oh, well, he was supposed to play my role and I was supposed to play his role. That's what Cat Williams was saying. That was a lie. So how he was lying? Cat say they never gave me that role. I didn't even audition for that. So how the fuck would I get that role? Or already have it? I never auditioned for it. See, everybody keep focusing on nonsense shit. Listen to what Cat was saying. I never signed up to be the character of Ricky Smiley or what he was saying. Now, in Ricky Smiley orbit might have said that, but that's not what happened. Can I tell you, that's not what happened. I never signed up for the role or went to go audition for that role. I went for the pimp. So how the fuck that you had the role of Money Mike and I had the other role for another role? I never excuse me. I never auditioned for the role of the Santa Claus. How that make sense? I'm trying to tell y'all, use your brain. Use your brain, man. Some shit is right there in your face. Cat is telling you this shit don't make no sense. I'm telling you, I didn't, and nobody, he didn't even listen. Ricky Smiley said, "Oh, well, he had the role of." He was saying that we supposed to. He assumed or whatever he was assuming that Cat already had the role of the Santa Claus or something. Cat say I never had that role. That wasn't even the role that I auditioned for. How the fuck I would have that role if I never auditioned for it? Go back and listen to what Cat said. doesn't make any sense. Motherfuckers always keep talking about logic and how, they want the real. If you don't listen to the real, you get caught up in the dumb shit. That shit don't make no sense what Ricky Smiley said. Listen, could he be over-exaggerating? Yes. But you can't get mad at Cat for saying, no, nigga, that didn't happen the way that you talking about, nigga. Fuck are you talking about? Don't act like we was on the same, like we both did this. We did not do that. That's not what happened. And everybody, now you mad at Cat for telling the real truth. How you get mad at a nigga telling the whole truth? And just because Ricky Smiley partly said the truth, but then he didn't tell the whole truth. How you get mad at a nigga for telling the truth? Or correcting the nigga that didn't tell the whole truth? How you get mad at him? Let's move on, man. We're almost done with this bullshit.
That's just me. Steve Harvey's a friend. Kevin Hart's a friend. If they came on this show right now and they were talking about Cat Williams in the fashion that Cat Williams talked about them, I would have grilled them. Because when you sit in front of this microphone, in front of this camera, my belief is that in pursuit of truth, you have to be objective. Now, you can be subjective once you're...
First of all, no, you don't. You can play neutral. That's a lie. He just lied like that. I don't have to check anybody that... If I interview somebody, right? And I'm friends or whatever, how that be. I do not have to play... I do not have to take any side or question it. That's their truth. That's what they believe in. That's what they say. Listen, Barbara Walters came out and she did plenty of fucking interviews. God rest her soul. Nigga, it sat down with dictators. Listen, let me explain something to you. Very powerful people. Nigga, she didn't want to come off as biased sometimes. If you watch her shit, she just wanted to just like, let them say what they gotta say. Now, we have misconstrued what real journalism is in certain situations of interviewing people, right? Some people can push back, right? Some people just say, I just want to let these people speak. You don't get to say that they, just because they did some shit that you wouldn't do, or they allow, that they're not real journalists. They just say, hey, I just wanted these people to speak their piece. I don't want to seem biased. Or, you get what I mean? And I think that's what Shannon does a lot. Some people don't like that. That's okay, that's cool. But don't act like he did something totally fucked up or something like that. No, nigga. He's friends with some of them people that they said he let them speak. When the other guests that Kat and Monique was talking about, he allowed them to speak their truth, to speak their point of view. So when Kat came in, he said, no, that shit ain't happened. That's bullshit. That's a lie. Monique come, no, that's not true. Listen, it depends who you are. I wouldn't allow certain people to say certain shit. Right? But if it's people that you because we have a bias in a way, right? You don't allow certain people to say certain shit. You can't lie on my friends. I ain't even gonna lie about that. Somebody my friend, you ain't lying on them on my show. You gotta give me some proof. I get kind of what Stephen A. Smith is saying. I get it. But at the same time, you can't get mad at Shannon. Shannon ain't you. Shannon like, hey, let the motherfuckers speak. They spoke. But then they came, and then Shannon say it's always an open door. You can come and debunk that shit. And some people may call that shit messy, but you gotta let people speak their truth. Regardless, whatever it is. But I ain't in the business to be, see, me, I'm different. I'm not into interviewing people that I don't like. And sometimes you may not necessarily, like, I think that Shannon, he not necessarily dislike Cat or Mo, right? And he probably was shocked about some shit, right? But you can't, as somebody that's interviewing somebody, you can't get in between certain shit. You just gotta let that shit be what it be. I got two homies I'm cool with, right? And they want to come on the platform and speak ill about each other or whatever. Nigga, that's suing them. If I'm the type, my personality is, I stay out of it, I let y'all niggas say whatever. That's my personality. Now, could it be criticized? Yes. But at a certain time, at a certain point, you can't criticize it. Because he didn't take a side. And he said, well, I'm friends with, he kept saying, dude, both of their interviews, Mo, okay, man, people ain't gonna want to come back here no more, man. He was basically telling them, like, these people are people I'm close to and friends with that may not want to come back no more because they probably think this. So it wasn't like Shannon was like totally being ignorant to the shit. He understood the situation, but he understood it. I'm not going to get involved in that shit. That's Cat. This is Cat point of view. I'm an interviewer. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna push back just a little bit, but not too much. I'm gonna ask questions. People act like when they watch the Shannon and Shay, anything he does, he don't have a pushback. He does. It's just not what you want him to do. It's not your pushback. So, of course you're gonna look at it a certain type of way, Stephen A. Stop it, bro. You probably did some shit different. That's you. But you can always Monday night quarterback after the shit is over with. After it already happened. So of course I done did some shit different. Everybody can say that bullshit. When you in the moment of some shit and shit happening, sometimes you just gotta let shit be what it be, bro. And these motherfuckers sitting there, oh, well, I done did it. I'm he was trying to, I'm a better journalist. Stephen A. Listen, I don't even know what you call a journalist anymore in this day and time, but you ain't that great like you think you are. My opinion. Now, some people may disagree. You're not a great journalist like that, bro. And this is why I said it came off as hate. Stephen A. Smith was like this. Right? Shannon found a lane for himself. He hating now. Oh, I have real journalists. You should be thinking you bigger and better than that. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. That's hate. Because you couldn't do that. You couldn't get those numbers. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here, nigga. That's why nobody fucks with you. People fuck with Shannon, but they don't fuck with you. That's why you get them borderline stars, or they are stars, but you get them stars. You don't get them superstars like that on your podcast. Only superstar you had was Snoop and Shaq. Get your goofy ass out of here. Anyway, let's go to matter of fact, let's get the fuck out of here. I don't need to hear no more what Stephen A. Smith is saying. I don't, bro. This shit is just weird. Leave your comments, hit that like button, support your boy. It's your boy, Mr. OBF. Peace and love. to the world, people. This